laughed at her scars. They whispered behind her back. But what they didn't know, what they couldn't see, was that every wound she carried was forging something unbreakable. Her pain didn't just shape her, it transformed her. This is the story of how she turned pain into power. Elena was only 14 when her world began to unravel. Her mother fell sick, her father walked away, and she was left juggling school, bills, and the care of her younger brother. Her dreams, irrelevant. Her passions, buried under responsibility. At school, she became that girl, quiet, tired, invisible. Teachers didn't expect much. Classmates didn't even notice her. Nights were the worst. When her brother slept, she'd stare at the ceiling, heart pounding, asking the question every broken soul eventually asks. Why me? By the time she turned 18, Elena had already lived 1,000 lives in one. She applied for scholarships, only to be denied. She sent job applications that never got answered. And every rejection carved deeper into her already fractured confidence. But there was one thing they couldn't take from her, her will to keep trying. Even when life whispered she wasn't enough, a voice within her quietly replied, "Just watch me." One night, while crying in silence, Elena scribbled her pain into a notebook. That single page became 2, then 10, then a manuscript. She didn't plan it. She just poured everything out. Her trauma, her loss, her rage, her hope. When she shared it anonymously online, thousands resonated. For the first time, her pain wasn't a prison. It was a bridge. People didn't pity her. They were inspired by her. Elena kept writing, not for validation, but for healing. Her blog exploded. She was invited to speak at youth centers, schools, and eventually, conferences. What started as a desperate attempt to cope had become a movement of resilience. She launched a nonprofit to support girls from broken homes, teaching them how to harness their struggles, just as she had. Years later, when Elena stood on the TEDx stage, confident, unshaken, powerful, she didn't talk about success. She talked about survival, about turning breakdowns into breakthroughs. Her story became a living testimony that pain, when faced and transformed, becomes power. Elena didn't escape her past. She used it. And in doing so, she rewrote not only her own story, but the stories of thousands who once felt voiceless. We all carry pain. But it's what we do with that pain that defines who we become. Elena's story reminds us that you don't need perfect beginnings to create powerful endings. Your darkest chapters can become the very fuel that sets your soul on fire. Don't hide your scars. They are proof you survived. And survival, that's where strength is born.